Hi, I'm Brainerd Carey, Director of Praxis Center, and today I'm talking about advanced techniques for selling your work, which is something that I've talked about in previous videos. The essential techniques for selling work to begin with is, of course, having a way to accept money. That's critical, a way for people to click a button and the money goes right to you in a very simple way. And then there's also the technique of how to talk to collectors, which I've mentioned before, and how to educate them to get them to buy your work. And then there is more advanced techniques, which I'm going to talk about today. Those advanced techniques are some of the techniques that companies are using to make a sale for you. So, for example, there is something called, let's say you're using, depending on what your system is for accepting sales, let's say you have an online sales portal that's your own, meaning that you're using a website that has e-commerce abilities. So you have your own checkout cart, which is ideal because then everything's in your control, right? You have your own checkout cart, and in your checkout cart, you have ways for people to use various forms of payment. So one advanced technique that I'm sure you've seen is, let's say someone's thinking about it. They start to check out and then they decide not to do it. Well, this is someone who's really close to making a sale, right? This is someone who's begun to check out and then they decided, no, I don't think I'm going to do that. And so the advanced technique to make that sale is this. And again, you'd have to do the others first. Don't start with this because it is advanced and it's more technical. But when someone has come to your checkout page and then they look at the cart, but then they're about to check out, but then they decide not to, they just close it. You know who that person is. If you have an e-commerce system, you can see who that is that's come in there, and you can then send them an email, which you probably have gotten yourself. They say things like, hey, I saw you were about to check out with something. You're about to buy that work of art. Is there any questions you have? I'd love to chat with you for a minute or talk to you. And you can send 2 to 3 of those emails. This is called abandoned cart emails. That means when someone decides to abandon the sale as they were getting close, you send them emails or reminders to say, are you sure you don't still want this? Now there's another place that this happens automatically. So I'm suggesting in this advanced technique that you set this up yourself, and that when someone abandons the cart, that they then get emails from you. Another thing that you can also do is when someone begins looking at something and abandons the cart, they can start getting advertisements from you. And this is through Google or Facebook retargeting, but primarily Google retargeting, which means that as that person who is about to buy a work of art begins looking around the web, they keep seeing little ads that pop up that say, hey, remember this work of art? Are you interested? I'd love to talk with you about it, or maybe you have some questions. You can even offer discounts, right? You've probably seen this advanced technique, and the places you might have seen it is eBay and Etsy. So if you are selling something on Etsy or eBay, what happens is they do that process, that advanced process, automatically, and they pay for it as well as part of their fees because they want to make sales. Etsy wants you to make sales, and so does eBay, and other platforms like that. But just to pick those two. So with Etsy, just like eBay, if you begin to look at something on Etsy for a little while, and you don't even check out, you don't even get to that part of checking out, they will track you. And this is what cookies are about. Yes, I'll accept all the cookies on this website, because they're saying we're going to track you after this. And by tracking you, that means they're going to serve you advertisements that relate to your browsing history. So this is effective in creating sales. So you're on Etsy, let's say, you look at a work of art or whatever it is, and then you go off Etsy, you're looking at other websites, and you'll see reminders from Etsy. Do you still want this? Are you still interested in this? Theirs are pretty generic. Same with eBay. They'll send you little reminders, and again, they're tracking you. It's coming through Google and largely, or Facebook if you're using it. where you'll start seeing what's called retargeting ads. And those ads are basically based on your browsing history because you came close to buying something. Either you went to the cart of that person, or you just looked at it for a while and didn't even go to the cart. So I'm giving you two examples in the end, Etsy and eBay, who do this retargeting automatically. And that cost is baked into their fee. But the advanced technique to doing this yourself is if you have your own e-commerce site. That just means a website that has e-commerce abilities, like squarespace.com. That's one of my favorites, but there's lots of them out there. You can do the retargeting yourself. You can do this advanced technique yourself if this is something you're up to and want to do. You don't have to do this. Like I said, you could use Etsy or eBay, and they're actually doing that advanced technique for you. But if you want to, you could do this technique. You could actually do the advanced targeting. It takes time and energy to learn, but it is one of the more advanced techniques of selling online, and it's a very effective technique because that's why all these big companies are doing it. When we come close to getting something, that means there's a genuine desire to get that, right? We were close. We looked at it for a while. They know how many seconds you were lingering on that image. So to then present that to you again and give you a second chance, or like with eBay, they start giving you want 10% off, that works. So I hope this was helpful. Again, you can create this whole advanced technique yourself if you already have the first two parts of sales set up, which is a way to purchase, your own cart, and the ability to take sales. This will work for you. You can also, of course, use this advanced technique by just posting on Etsy or eBay. But I'm making this video largely for those who have their own e-commerce site and want an advanced technique like you see being used on Etsy and eBay. That's the way to do it. It's with what's called retargeting and abandoned cart emails. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask below. And if you have suggestions for other subjects you'd like to see me address, please suggest that too, and I'll do my best to get to that.